All right. So a dude on my Discord called Obi-Wan Katobi sent me this link of Ed Boon Interview, SDCC. And hear it for yourself.
Question is know that you're technically the longest standing voice actor for a video game ever, as you provide the vocal samples for Scorpion in each game, and that Nuke Saibot, who is going to be a part of Chaos Reigns, is kind of yours and John's namesake. Are there any other Easter eggs that are part of the expansion?
Yes, there's a big one that we're just not announcing. And like when we did the first Mortal Kombat game, we put a character in Reptile. And we never told anyone. We just put it in there, and then actually, I didn't even tell the people I was working with, that it was in there. And the idea was, let's make it really rare, make it feel like a rumor, but it's actually there. And we want to do something like that again. So that's the extent I probably want to go. But you'll definitely start hearing about it, and you'll think back to today and go, "Oh, that's what he was talking about." When he so.
Well, that's why we have the Thinny, Interloco, and Ermaca for. Right? Because, you know what I mean? That's it. That's how we're going to find out about it. Right? Now, some people are claiming that it's going to be Harumi. I don't mind if you put in a brand new Mortal Kombat character. I prefer it over guest characters. I would prefer them to expand their roster if they want to create new characters. All right. Harumi would be a great main roster character. Right. You'll notice too, by the way, that there's no mention of cameos at all. Right. We'll talk about that separately. But and it's a welcome blessing too, by the way. Anyway, I don't know why I said by the way. By the way. Why? Maybe it's because I had one of those parasitic cockroaches talking about me again, rent-free. That's why, if you follow my Twitter, you'll understand. Anyway, moving on. So some people are saying it's Harumi, right? The Thinny here has broken this down. So basically, there's a full 10-minute interview that you can find if you go to the link there. Year 2 is not the end. There are more years to come. Well, yeah. Of course there's more years to come. Anyway. There are some Havoc versions of multiple characters in the story. We've seen that in the trailer. There's I think there was a Havoc Sub-Zero at one point. There's a big Easter egg that they won't announce, similar to how Reptile was unannounced in MK... I'm assuming he just simply meant to say MK, bro. Reptile wasn't in MK3. Reptile wasn't in MK3, bro. Not base game, anyway. Right? And he wasn't a secret in Ultimate. Anyway, potentially Harumi. Again, I don't mind if she's in there. Right? But make her a main character. And we're good to go. The next game will definitely be on Unreal Engine 5 or 6, depending on what it is that comes out. So that's fine too. I mean, compared to the other fighting games out there, it is definitely showing its age. It is definitely not looking hot, right? So, but let's theory craft, right? Let's theory craft. Some people might go with Cyber Smoke, but I'm pretty sure that's not going to be a big thing because we've already seen him in Invasions, right? I have no doubt because we are getting the Cyber Ninjas coming back in some vaginal fashion that we will get actual ninja suits, like cybernetic suits. They'll probably like what they've done with Ultimate MK3. They'll bring out cybernetic versions for all the ninjas, which would be fine, right? Not really getting a lot of love for the females though, are we? We're not really getting a lot of classic love when it comes to the legacy ladies in there, right? Which is a real shame. But anyway, so it won't be Cyber Smoke. It could be Harumi, right? We do know that she's in there, right? because, you know, if you guys have been following leaks and understand what's happening with the story, there's going to be a wedding. Wai Liang, I think, gets married to Harumi, and the wedding crash and all bullshit ensues, right? So, who could it be? Who could it be? Right? What's one character when you think of the entire roster, you know, that would make a big splash? Right? Well, I can think of a couple. I can think of Male Chameleon. Right? That'd be pretty big. I can think of a playable version of Onaga, the Dragon King. Right? So you get to the end of the story expansion. Right? And then, like, you go through the cutscene, and then, like, the credits, and then there's an end cutscene where, like, he walks out, and he's now unlockable fighter as a playable character. Right? Just trying to think. I'm just trying to go through the roster. That would be a big one. No one gives a fuck about meat unless, you know, like that way. Right. I don't know if there's anyone else in the roster that would have that level of impact. Oh, I know. Yeah, there's some, right? You could have a non-playable MK character be made playable. So instead of Harumi, it could be like Cyang, which I've been advocating for since fucking forever. Cyang is a combination character of Singing Sang from the 90s comics penned by John Tobias. Two warrior monks that actually combined together to create a super character called Cyang. That would get my dick hard in a non-homo way, right? No queer in the steer, I'm just saying, right, that would be fucking phenomenal, but it's never going to happen because, you know, devoid of anything awesome, right? It's not going to be a guest character, it's not going to be crappy characters that were introduced in MK11. Could be Orin. Maybe they do something with Orin, but apparently Orin's female now, which is a dragon character from MK Armageddon. I'm just trying to go all the way back through the roster. I think Male Chameleon would be a big one. He's mentioned about having all the male ninjas in the roster, right? Now, unfortunately though, Tremor is on the bitch bench. Tremor needs to get off the bitch bench into the main roster, right? So you don't really have all the ninjas in there. Don't think it'll be something like Triborg. Don't think it'll be something like Shinnok. The only other thing I could think of would be unlocking a feature. Imagine you unlock Creator Fighter. That'd be kind of cool, but I doubt it very much. Right? Could be Harumi, yeah. I mean, that's the safe bet, right? Because we know she's in the game, right? Could be Harumi. Unless they bring in like, you know, I don't know, like another MK character that isn't part of main roster, like say Hydro, like I said with Cyang. Unless they bring back an OG classic like Kano or Sonya, you know, for main roster. But again, you know, that wouldn't be as massive an impact. It'd be nice if it was a new, like a brand new Mortal Kombat character, and Harumi fits the bill, right? And now that we know that Noob Saibot's coming, it'd either be Chameleon, like Male Chameleon, or Harumi, or, which I haven't done a video on yet. I've got the thumbnail ready to go though. The fabled, well, actually there was the fabled Floyd, some pink ninja, right? Or like a white ninja, right? Get all the colors in there. All the colors of the Christian rainbow, right? So I don't know. I don't know. What's in a Loco said, he goes, it's Floyd to me. Remember, there is a counter on how many times you faced Floyd. Yes, that's true, but I think that's a small surprise and not a big surprise. Given that they intentionally didn't show us Harumi, it's 100% her. It's Floyd. Maybe he will be the next PAX or could be unlocked as a secret character. Harumi would not be a surprise because we already know about the wedding and that Kwai and Harumi are a thing in this timeline. So, yeah, and you got to keep that in mind. Like, not everyone's going to be following up on Datamines and stuff like that, right? And by the sounds of it, right, like, there might be only one more year after this. We might just get, like, as he was saying in the full interview, like, Ultimate. MK11, Aftermath, and then Ultimate, right? So Ultimate ended up as, like, the bookend for MK11. So they could be doing the same thing as well. We don't know. But it's interesting. Anyway, guys, catch you next time.